Yeah, it's time to go to farm. It's time to go to farm. And it's time to go to farm. That is what you hear everywhere. But just because you have to wait a little bit before you rush to the farm, I know that is why you are here. Just give me a moment before you rush to that farm. Fish farming you are planning to start need you to understand some things, not just some things, 3 things, 10 things, 50 things, and 100 things. You are welcome to Agric Expert. I'm Steve Oloruni. Today we want to share with you what we think we know about fish farming in Nigeria and how you have to do it to become successful. Hold on a moment and we'll be back. Yeah, you are welcome back. As I've told you before, everybody is making noise about Agric revolution, Agric. We are asked to go back to the farm, right? Now, you must have known, if not, you wouldn't have been here, that you really need to take some time to learn some things. Today I'll be sharing with you what I'll be grouping in 2 sections. Section 1 is going to be business parts of the agri business. And section 2 is going to be the practical things you have to understand about fish farm. What I wish is you never ever try to miss all these tips I'm going to be sharing with you. Now let's start this way. You see, when people think about agriculture generally, what they think is they want to become farmer. And when you look at the whole thing, they get it wrong. They get it all wrong because there's no between farmer and agric entrepreneurs. Farmers are people who have hoes, they have cutlasses, or in the case of fish farming, they have, pond and all that. We receive a lot of call from these people, and we know wherever we speak with them that they are farmers. They are just farmers. Now, the difference between them and real entrepreneur is because entrepreneurs, before they go into fish farming, they really understand business part of it. There is technical part of fish farming in Nigeria. There is business part of it. And if you don't understand the business part of it and you are trying to dare the technical part of it, you will just end up being just an ordinary guy there. And what am I saying here? Somebody who is going to fish farming, for instance, really have to understand, even before he gets started, that he needs to know few things about how is he going to market his fish. For instance, now, I don't know where you are listening to me from or watching me from. It could be Lagos, it could be Anambra, it could be Kaduna, it could be just anywhere in the country called Nigeria. Now, you want to go into fish farming. What is the first thing you have to do? First, try to familiarize yourself with the fish business in your environment. In this case, in your city or wherever. Try to understand 1 or 2 things. Try to meet up with some targeted market, such as market women, and speak with them, hear from them. Now, after you have understand these, I will have advised really, if you have some time, to sit down and take 1 or 2 books about business and really understand what it means to run a business. Why? Because if you are actually serious about this, which of course I know you are serious, because this might end up taking millions from you, if not several hundred of thousands. If that is going to be the case, you might have to sit down to learn 1 or 2 things about leadership. Of course, you have to have 2, 3, 4 people, 10 people and 20 people as you grow up who are going to be working with you. Then it will be good for you to know about cash flow management and all that, just a business part of it. Now, it will be good as well for you to have what I would call entrepreneurial mind. There seems to be a kind of way entrepreneurs think differently from the way ordinary people think, the way they handle their businesses. All right, if that has been handled, let's move now to the technical part of fish farming. You want to start a fish farm now. What will be the first thing? Well, for most people, the first thing is going to be to locate a suitable land. Now, you have option between a swampy land and a dry land. You are free to choose either of the 2. Now, if you get a swampy land, in that case, an expert like us would like to advise you to go for a hearting pond. You know hearting pond? Yeah, hearting pond is what you see, what you are seeing on the screen right now. If you are going for the you are going for the very dry land, then it means you are going to be going for a concrete pond. Concrete pond is just what you are seeing on the screen right now. Now, constructing your hearting pond has technicalities. constructing your concrete pond has technicalities too. Let me just give you this short story. There is a woman who started fish farming in Nigeria. I don't know, is it Ekiti or anywhere? Because we received so many calls from them, she called and she complained that after starting her pond for about 6 months, she observed that the pond, that is earthen pond in that case, was leaking. Now, there has been error in the construction of that, pond right from the beginning. And that means she has lost, several thousands of naira, if not millions. That is if it's a big farm. Now, what are we saying here? There is how to construct the earthen pond, there is how to construct the concrete pond. What I would advise you is this. If you are just getting started, it may be good for you to have an expert very close by you. You have two options in that case. You could go ahead and employ somebody who has been in the fish farming business for several years. It may not be so long year like that, but at least 3-5 years, and who really understand all this. Then the person could guide you. As well, you could get, bricklayers who have been working on such projects before, not just bricklayers who are building house. There is how to build a house, there is how to build pond. In the case of earthen pond anyway, you can't really get much of bricklayer because it is not bricklaying work. They have to dig the ground, do the sacking and all that, and it doesn't have to do with bricklaying or whatever, but there are people who specialize on that. Now, if you are confused in this, you can easily contact our company. We guide you through everything, how to do all that. Let's move forward. Now you are done with the pond, you are done with constructing the pond, either the earthen pond or concrete pond. It is set now. Yeah, the next thing you want to do is to get the pond ready. In the case of earthen pond or concrete pond, you want to get the pond. Oh, sorry, I've not actually speak about tarpaulin pond. I didn't go to that because it is not really for people who are having land and they are going for the long term. But of course, there is tarpaulin pond, which of course has similar management with concrete pond. Let's say the pond is ready now. The next thing is you want to get your pond ready. In the case of earthen and concrete pond, what you want to do is to fertilize the ponds and make sure they are in good shape before you get them ready. First, you want to make sure every other organism that are living in the water that could be harmful or whatever is taken away. And how you can do that is simply by destroying them. Now, you do that majorly by using lime. I think you should know lime. When you pour it on your pond, everything that is there are going to go off in a matter of few days or weeks. Just give it 2 weeks. When you are done with that, the next thing you want to do is to stock your pond with good, just note that, good fingernails or juveniles. Now, I emphasize on the word good because just in everything you do, foundation really matters. Now, if you are going to fish farming in Nigeria and the fish you are using to start, that is in the case you are using fingernails or juveniles, are not healthy or they are not okay or something is wrong with them, that is just as good as building a house on the wrong foundation. Everything is going to collapse just in a matter of time. We have seen people, I've received call, I think, from people who we complain, I started a fish farm and I have feed my fish 3 months, 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, and they still remain very, very small. Why? He or she has been duped. People have actually sold wrong fingernails for him, which could not grow, and that means they cannot grow. Well, on this note, I really want to, I would love to tell you a few other things about, testing the pH of your water to see the correct pH of your water. We should have, go ahead about managing your farm and all other stuff like that. But, all this could be easily handled by you actually sitting down to learn this part. I must tell you, it is more than YouTube assignment. That's the truth. You know, you could go ahead and watch several videos that are here on YouTube or anywhere. It is basically more than what you can watch here. It is basically more than what you can read on Google. Forget it. I'm telling you, blunt truth. There are information you can't spend 7 hours on Google, on YouTube, searching about fish farming in Nigeria. You still can't really get it right. Why? Because this is a practical task that involves lengthy and several things. Now, what can we do in this way? You have two options. Option one is you can go out there and employ somebody who is actually very, very experienced on this trade. Option two is where you could easily contact us. Our company can handle virtually everything and anything you need when it comes to fish farming in Nigeria. We have, different programs. We have consultancy programs that actually use our experienced farmer to handle your project from day one till a whole year. What we do is work with you. It's just as good as somebody who has been doing this for several years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, to work with you by your side, guide you, show you this is what to do, this is what to do, this is what you don't do, this is the best fingernails to get, this is the best juvenile to get, this is the best feed to get. No, feed is another thing we have not actually talked about. Fish farming feed is another thing we are here to talk about because, that's another angle. In our training, two very important things you are going to catch up with is first, we are going to guide you through how to make your own feed. Apart from the fact that we don't design those training to really teach you how to be fish farmer anyway, we design them to teach you how to be fish entrepreneurs. That is why we have couples with fish farming training. We have our business training that goes hand in hand. You are going to get several business books, which are going to blow your mind. You are going to get our business training and seminar and all that. Then, leave that aside. In fish farming, what you are going to discover is you are going to spend several thousands of naira. In fact, 70 if not 80% of your total expenses are going to be on feed. So what we can do in this regard is to feel like, okay, if this is what is going to take much of your money, what if we can play around it? And that is why in our training we concentrate on how you can actually, make your own feed. That saves a lot of cost from you. So you are going to have that with us. So what am I saying now? You can easily give us a call on the line you are seeing on the screen right now. Dial the line and it reaches us. We speak together, or go to our website. Just go to www.agricexpert.com. You are seeing it. If you look at this side, you could see where you could click to get to the website, or look below and you see the description. Then you can easily get to the website. Now, what we do is we have a team of farmers who are experienced on this feed, and you can leverage on their years of experience. They have made mistakes, they have done some things wrong in the past, and they have learned a lot of things along the line. Now they can actually hold you by the hand, train you, or even work with you one-on-one. You could get our videos, practical one and deep, in-depth one. You could get our books. At the same time, you can come to our farm. You can come to our farm wherever you are in Nigeria. We are having our network virtually everywhere. Either you are coming from east, south, north, west. We have our network. Take for instance, as of now, we have our network in about 21 states of Nigeria. So we could say with some assurance that we are there with you. And we wish you best of luck in your fish farming endeavor, and we hope to speak with you very, very soon. Thank you so much. I'm Steve Oloruni, speaking on behalf of agricexpert.com.